From the worst week in the market to the best week in the market. S&P 500, best week from the beginning of the year. NASDAQ, best week from the beginning of the year. This is how the major averages ended the week. NASDAQ up almost 6% for the week. Russell up 4.3% for the week. S&P up 4% for the week. And the Dow Jones up 2.6% for the week. And during this week, we had CPI, PPI, a debate, launches of new iPhones, and a lot of speculations. Will the Fed decrease the rates by 25 basis points or 50 basis points? You know what? Let's summarize the week. Look at everything that's going on, because next week is a breakthrough week for the market. It's a change of direction. We're going to talk about that because it's going to be a very, very important week. Are you ready for it? And if you are, let's go. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Micha Stocks, and on this channel, we talk about the market on a weekly summary basis. And we also started posting short videos. Some are generated by AI and some are real. Can you identify which ones are generated by AI and which ones are recorded by me? That's a very interesting phenomenon. By the way, if you're new, it would be amazing if you can subscribe to the channel. We have already over 4,000 subscribers. Let's dive in. So we talked about the major averages. Best week of the year. Let's talk about the indices themselves. The XLK technology up 8% per the week. XLY 5%. XLI, you can see everything here. Only energy ended on a red note, although crude oil ended the week, and also nat gas ended green, so maybe there will be a catch-up trade here on the XLE. When we look at the crypto market in the last 36 hours, 48 hours, it also woke up. Bitcoin up 5%, Ethereum up 3%, and when we look at commodities, you can see gold all-time high up 9%, silver up 3%, crude oil and natural gas up 1.4 to 0.7. Magnificent 7, NVIDIA. Last week, worst performer. This week, best performer. 15.8% per the week. Tesla up 9%, Amazon up 8%, Microsoft up 7%, Meta, Google around 4 to 5%, and Apple only 0.76. So what did we have this week? We had a lot of news. Let's start with CPI. So let's do this to go to this camera. CPI, Consumer Price Index, a measurement of the inflation. So it won't be a big surprise. We have inflation. Prices are going up, but they're going up in a moderate manner, 0.2% month over month, meaning that the average of price increases is going down. That is the CPI. The market expected exactly this, so the market wasn't so surprised. We do need to consider the fact that the two areas that keep being sticky on the inflation side are insurance and shelter. These have a lag effect, especially shelter, which we're expecting to drop, but still, it's still elevated. That, of course, creates a situation for the Fed that they should reduce rates. We're going to talk about 25 to 50 basis points in a second. After that, we got PPI, which is the Producer Price Index. Came a bit hotter than expected, 0.2, but actually the expectation was too low, 0.1. So this also aligns with the fact that the Fed needs to reduce rate. This brings us to the Fed Watch tool. And you can see that right now investors are actually, there's a tie. They don't know if the Fed is going to reduce by 25 basis points or by 50 basis points. 50-50 for this. It's clear that Wednesday this week there will be a rate reduction. It's not clear what would be the magnitude, and that is something that is, of course, sitting on the market. We also had a debate this week. These are ABC anchors that ran the debate, that managed the debate, and of course we have the debate between Kamala Harris and President Trump, which I would say that the one thing that everyone would remember is, of course, the cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio. Oracle dominated this week from AI news perspective. They partner with AWS. They increase their forecast for the next 5 years. Oracle is coming back from the ashes. Everyone already kind of looked back at this old company, but they're alive and kicking. Apple introduced their new iPhones, iPhone 16 and 16 Plus. They introduced a new watch, but the stock didn't really react. And of course, everyone is waiting for Apple Intelligence, which will only be available in the fall. Unity. Actually, there's no better letter to say they took a U-turn than their ticker, which is U. Unity last year changed the way they price their customers, and they decided to go back from it and do a U-turn. And the stock, of course, reacted positively because the change in pricing was just, I'll say it here, was stupid. American Airlines increases their pay for flight attendants. Amazon increases their pay for drivers. Meta installed or is supposed to launch in November 100,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs, which is give or take 30,000 per GPU. You do the math. Eli Lilly is supposed to invest $1.8 billion in expanding their manufacture for weight loss, GLP-1, and of course, Alzheimer's drugs. On the flip side, Moderna is reducing $1.1 billion on R&D, and that hurt the stock very much. The stock fell in the last 2 days of trading of this week, around 15 to 17%. Roche, which created a lot of damage for Eli Lilly stock when they launched their pill for reduced weight or obesity. Now, apparently, the pill has side effects. So they went down and Eli Lilly went up. McDonald's is going to keep on with their $5 value meal. They were supposed to stop it at the end of August, but they saw so much success, so they're continuing with it. Norfolk Southern CEO is ousted after he had a relationship with his chief legal officer. Klarna reduced their workforce by 50% due to AI. Tesla is installing Uber app in Tesla cars, and Uber, we'll see it later. Here it is, Uber and Waymo creating a strategic partnership to work together in Austin and Atlanta. Intel has officially qualified for as much as $3.5 billion federal grants to make semiconductors for the military. MicroStrategy buys $1.1 billion in Bitcoin. United Airlines is going to offer free Wi-Fi using SpaceX Starlink. Boeing workers are on strike. They want a pay increase. Berkshire Hathaway's vice chair of insurance, Ajit Jain, is selling $139 million of his shares. That's about 50% of his holdings. And Apple and Google are going to pay Irish tax between $13 billion for Apple and $2.4 billion euros for Google. And last but not least, Mobileye ends their LiDAR development. And maybe they'll acquire someone, but they're not going to develop it internally. What's going to happen this week? We are entering the 2 worst weeks of the S&P 500 returns. Get ready for volatility. 2 worst weeks. Citi and JP are pushing Jerome Powell to reduce by 50 basis points and not by 25 basis points. Wednesday, we are getting the Fed decision on rates. And when we look at other things that are going to happen this week, like earnings, mainly FedEx on Thursday. That brings us to the S&P 500. After 5 green days in a row, we will probably see some kind of pullback, some kind of weakness into the beginning of the week. But afterwards, we'll get Wednesday, Fed reduction, and we will see where the market will take us. As you can see, we created a lower low. And the only thing right now we are waiting for is to blow off the top of this high, which is 565.16. If we are able to create a new high, a new all-time high in the S&P 500, and we're 0.5% from there, that, of course, will take a lot of people out of the game because they believe that everything is going to crash. Might still happen. I don't know. But I do know that if they're betting that everything is going to crash and we are going to get an all-time high, they're going to be in a situation where they will need to cover their shorts. And if they will need to cover their shorts, that, of course, ignites more and more gains for us on the S&P 500. I will see you again next week. Same time, same place. Keep following the shorts because I'm going to upload a lot of them during the week. Till next time, bye-bye.